This podcast is entirely listener supported. To find out how you can help, head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Also, it just looks like the 90s and tastes like the 90s in a can. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like, I just ordered 12 of them.
Well, now you've sold me. Even though it sounds distasteful and awful, I want to go back to the 90s so bad that I might do anything.
It's like drinking a Tamagotchi. That's what Surge is.
I'm ready, please. I'm ready. I'll move to Portland. What else do I have to do? Just bring the 90s back.
You just order a Surge. Just feed your sugar addiction. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni. I got an article for you.
Okay.
That's pretty interesting. Evidently, there is a new study.
Throw it back. Wait until we have a very interesting article, Jeff.
Oh, we don't do pretty interesting?
We don't fucking waste anybody's time.
Mildly interesting?
I would go mildly.
Okay.
What's weird is I would go mildly over pretty because maybe that's, even though pretty sounds like more, mildly must have something strange and interesting to it.
This is titillating.
Oh, go on.
Well, maybe not. It depends on your definition of titillating. There is a new study from a Parisian research house called École Normale Supérieure. They said...
What accent were you doing there?
Is that not German?
I think the problem is it did sound a little German.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Anyway, so they have determined that the brain can actually continue to do cognitive functions while you're asleep.
Sure.
So instead of just shutting down and kind of going into hibernation mode and conserving energy, it can actually continue to perform functions that you would think you would need to be awake to do. So
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, I don't think we've thought the brain totally hibernates when we're asleep in a very, very, very long time. I think we know now that, sleeping and dreaming and all the stuff that your brain is doing at night is sort of organizing and filing and throwing away and like going through stuff. And,
but we think of that as a way to sort through stuff that's already in your brain.
Okay.
This is actually taking outside stimuli and reacting to it in real time while you're asleep. So instead of just kind of sorting through your subconscious or working through stuff internally, it's taking stimuli from the outside and reacting to it.
Okay.
So what they did was they had people hooked up to an EEG, and they presented them with a series of words, and they had to press a button depending on the type of word that it was. So it was very simple sorting of words.
Okay.
And
like noun, adjective.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they specify exactly how the sorting happened.
But for our purposes,
right, that's
helping
basically
how
it was working. And then, so they put them, this is the funniest part to me, they put them in a dark room and had them continue to do that, and then they sort of just fell asleep.
Wait, how did they just fall asleep?
Yeah.
No. No, so wait, you just, that's like me saying I came over and I threw a blanket over your head and you just thought it was nighttime.
No.
Wait, how did they get these people to fall asleep?
Then placed each person in a dark room to complete the word classification tasks as they nodded off. And after they had fallen asleep, the researchers recorded each person's brain activity again. So basically, they kept the EEG on, they're sleeping, and then they continued to feed the words to them audibly, and the brain continued to fire in the same ways as if they were pushing the buttons. The same portions of the brain that needed to fire when they pushed those buttons continued to happen after they fell asleep.
I'm not super surprised by this. I'm glad that somebody studied it, but I'm not super surprised by this because if you've ever dated somebody or been in family with somebody that speaks in their sleep or does things in their sleep.
I'm that guy, by the way.
Oh, you are?
Oh, big time.
Will you have a conversation with someone?
Big time.
See? And you're responding, and your responses are not entirely correct.
They're not nonsense, but they're often ridiculous,
but they are
based on its own logic in a way. Yes.
But there is a question that's asked, and you're like, well, here's my answer to that question.
Yeah.
And it's just like, sleep bullshit.
Usually it's, where are the spiders? And the answer usually is, why don't you see them?
And why
don't you see them?
They're all around us. So I'm not surprised that this happens. I'm glad that they're researching how it happens and why it happens, because that's kind of cool. My main concern, who are these people that are just falling asleep? Why are they just falling asleep? If you put me in a room and you said, hey man, we need to continue the experiment, keep doing what you're doing because we need it for the experiment, I wouldn't just be like, well, okay, but it's dark now, so it's nappy time. Like,
okay, Harold, we're just gonna have you keep pressing the button.
All right.
We're just gonna stand over here in the corner, and
Okay.
we're gonna dim the lights a little bit.
that's fine. Doesn't bug me.
And then we're just going to stay right over here.
sorry.
And then it's time.
Dr.
for
Stevens, what are you
just
doing?
Keep pushing that button.
I'm
and
pushing the
then
button.
We'll go
Dr.
away
Stevens,
all night.
Dr. Stevens, do you think that I am an 18-month-old baby? What is...
Just keep pushing the button. Pay no attention to me. Pay no attention to me.
All right.
I'm just gonna wrap my arms tenderly around you.
Okay,
and
that's a
rock
little
back
weird.
and
Okay.
forth. Just
It's a
keep
little
pushing
weird,
the button.
but it's
based on the
nice.
words you
It's
hear.
a little weird, but it's nice. I will
All
say
right,
that.
Just feel my embrace.
Do we need this for the experiment?
Will
Is
you
that
nuzzle? Will you nuzzle a little bit? Just nuzzle me
yeah,
right
like
here.
a little bit,
Oh,
like a little bit. Yeah,
isn't that nice?
It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
Are you warm?
I could be a little warmer, I guess.
Oh, I got a blanket right here.
Thank you. That's
all right.
that's super nice.
Now we are just gonna go
I just feel like
a little bit farther.
Do you need me to keep-
now.
pushing the
There he goes. That's a good boy.
fucking.
All right, everybody in the room. Quick. All right. Put the EEG on. Hook him up.
What? Wait. What is he?
What?
What?
Huh? No.
What? I just.
Nobody-
Why is a helmet? Why is a helmet? Why is
just a nuzzle right here?
Why is a helmet
Go to
science?
sleep
I need to finish
on
my work
chest.
because you asked me to push.
God
the
damn it,
button.
Rodney! I told you not to put on the helmet so harshly. You wake him up.
I'm sorry, but it's literally a giant helmet. It's
You
not
got the
most-
extra fuzzy strap so that he wouldn't feel it. He would tickle his chin and make him giggle. That's exactly the plan, and you're fucking it up.
I'm sorry.
Rodney.
I'm sorry.
You're fucking it up.
I'm sorry.
I swear to God, I'm gonna hurt you.
I attached the little barriers to it like you asked.
Okay, all right, just put it on.
You know
Nice
what?
and tight.
I just
Yeah.
push a button.
There he goes. Okay.
Now, why are we doing this?
To gather as much data as we can
Uh-huh.
on this test subject.
This doesn't have anything to do with you and Cheryl being unable to have kids, is it?
You have to bring that up every time.
It just seems like we keep bringing people in and dressing them up like toddlers and trying to get them to take naps.
Well,
I don't understand what this data is for.
someday you'll understand.
I'm
Someday
sorry.
you'll
No.
understand, Rodney.
Oh,
I swear
gosh.
to God. I swear to God.
Oh,
I
Dr.
told
Steven,
myself I
I'm
wasn't gonna
sorry.
cry.
I'm sorry, Dr. Steven. Do your experiment, man. I'm such a dick. I'm a
You know
dick.
what? Just
I'm
wake him up. I don't even care anymore.
What? What's going on? Why am I dressed like a bear?
Your services will no longer be needed.
Okay.
You can see yourself out.
Can I keep the blanket?
Yes, you can keep the blanket.
All right, thanks, man. Like, why and how and what? Because, like, you can't just put me in a room and tell me the experiment is like, did they give these people drugs? Was
I
it
hope
like,
not.
Did they make? Did
They couldn't
make
give them drugs.
Well,
They-
just like a sleep aid.
no,
Like,
I don't think they should, because wouldn't that?
yes, it
interfere
would
with
alter it, but I don't
Yes.
understand how any grown fucking human being.
Hey, man,
in the
you
middle
push a
of
button enough times during the day in a dark room.
I don't think that's true.
I can listen. I can take a nap anywhere at any time.
Unless
I
you
fucking love naps.
Unless you strap me into brain equipment and put me in a lab and tell me I have to finish this work for this study,
You're saying that is
I
not
don't fall
conducive?
asleep. Who falls asleep in that?
in a strange laboratory
Yeah,
with
just
wires
yeah.
attached to your face. I feel like that is the most trusting, comfortable environment you could hope for.
It's totally fine, man. We're just gonna put all these needles in you, and we're gonna put all these electrodes on you. Do you mind if we shave small sections of your temples before we put you out? Yes, I do mind. And I just I feel like I'm not going to take a nap. I don't know how you're getting any good data, because that's the other thing, right? They're like, oh, and they're totally asleep, but they're still responding to the question. Well, are they totally asleep? Are they sleeping well in your weird lab of nightmares? Or is this kind of like a light sleep?
Hey, Mr. Richardson, I appreciate you looking at my proposal. I really don't understand why my sleep acupuncture study has not been approved yet.
Well, we enjoy what you're trying to prove, Jacob. We think that it's really groundbreaking work. We're just questioning your ability to get people to fall asleep as you jab them with needles.
Well, the room will be dark.
Oh, the room will be dark.
Yes.
Oh, that was not. I'm sorry.
Did you
that
not
was
see that part?
I'm sorry. Did I get an old email?
Yeah, maybe you did. I updated it after the third cancellation of the project.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna darken the room.
Yeah. Okay. Because I saw the first time you added the warm milk, and the second time you added the quiet music. But
Yep.
dark. We can. Okay.
We really should have led with dark. I think that's on me. That's on me.
Listen. That's what this is all about. We fail and we learn more. So no, if it's going to be dark, stab all the people with needles you want. I'm sure they're going to have a wonderful
They'll
nap.
just sleep right through it.
Yeah.
That's
Who are these people? What are you doing?
Just let me stab you.
I just know.
Back to sleep.
Go to sleep. It's like, you really shouldn't have gotten Robert Englund to carry on this study. Why don't you just go to sleep?
Oh man.
Kids, ask your parents why Robert Englund would be stabbing people in their sleep.
How are you with sleep overall? When I was a kid in high school, like, I freaking hated sleep. I was like, oh, sleep is just a habit, man. I don't need to sleep.
I hate that I have to sleep. I rage about the idea of sleep.
Right.
Drives me nuts.
But I love sleep. I love sleep.
I don't know that I love sleep.
Oh, I love it.
I've gotten better about going to bed and trying to sleep. I come from a family of really bad insomniacs, and not so much insomniacs, but there's a name for it where your biological clock is just off the actual rhythm of the day.
Is that a hereditary thing?
It can be a hereditary thing,
like that?
and it's actually it's
The
linked
whole
a lot.
family awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, sitting around.
Yeah, and it's like you just don't. Our bodies have these chronobiological things that we do where sun goes down, we get tired, sun goes up,
Right.
like air pressure changes, things like that. We're built to go to sleep at the right time. But there are people where that can be thrown terribly off for them, and it usually starts happening around their teenage years or their early 20s because your body's changing and becoming an adult.
Right.
And I just come from a family of these people where we'd be up until 4 a.m. We couldn't get up. I can't get up in the morning. I've gotten better with it as I've gotten older, and it has a lot to do with like lifestyle and diet and the fact that, I basically take illegal amphetamine all day that speeds me up, so I get
Right.
real tired at night.
You're talking about surge, right?
I'm talking about Surge. I'm talking about the Surge that I bought to regulate my body functions. I can feel my heart beating, by the way, and it hurts.
Yeah, it shouldn't
Like, it
hurt.
hurts a little
It
bit.
really shouldn't hurt.
It's not like a sharp pain. It's
kind of
like
a warning sign.
like a dull,
Doesn't
achy
matter.
pain.
Shouldn't have any pain whatsoever.
Okay,
It's a
You're not a
natural-
doctor, and you're certainly not my doctor.
Well, I think I'm just saying that I think maybe you should look into that.
Well, that's great, Dr. Kanata. Maybe I'll get a second opinion about that one from Coca-Cola's team of scientists. And we'll see who's smarter.
Who got the correct data?
No, but I slept very little all through my teens and my 20s.
How about
And even
now?
the
How-
fir-
do you-
I sleep pretty
how many
well
hours?
now. The first time I remember not sleeping at all during the night, I was 7 years old, and I thought that it was impossible. And when I told adults that it happened, they thought that it was impossible. They thought that I was lying. That I
Wait,
hadn't
you thought it
slept.
was impossible to sleep through the night? And
I thought it was impossible that I had stayed asleep all through the night or stayed awake all through the night. And I was like, that can't be right, can it? And so I started asking adults. I was like, I don't think I went to sleep at all last night. Huh. And they were like, no, you went to sleep. You just don't remember. You were asleep and blah, blah. And that's the first time I remember just not fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
And there have been, all through my my childhood and my teen years, there was just like not a lot of sleep. And I was always tired and just always kind of like cranky and always like lots of caffeine, lots of everything. I sleep much better now, but it drives me nuts that I have to sleep.
Well, it's interesting. This article says that their next step in the research is to see if whether we can take advantage of our brain's processing ability and complete automated tasks while we're asleep. So that's kind of like a dream come true if you could be like, line
unless
up
you
things.
No. This is gonna be a shit show in corporate America. This is gonna be the worst. They're gonna get you while you're sleeping now, man.
William, we're going to need you to put in a few extra hours at the office. Well, not at the office.
I don't know how I can possibly do that. I'm working 60 hours a week.
Yeah, well,
My family never sees me. I barely get to sleep.
the HR team has done a analysis of your day, and it's true. You put in a lot of hours here.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
We've determined there are 6 to 8 hours every day when
Uh-huh.
you are not actually performing any of your job duties.
You're talking about when I'm actually asleep.
Yes. Yes, it seems
can't-
very unproductive.
I can't stay awake anymore. I can't work anymore.
Well, here's the good news. You don't have to stay
Oh.
awake. You do have to work. We've automated a few tasks for you to do. It's really simple. All you have to do is go to bed wearing this helmet. It's got a fuzzy little strap there for your
it
chin.
tickles a little bit. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. And all it will do is feed you the reports on the product launch and the loss ratio that we've established for the product. And all you have to do is keep your laptop on your chest as you sleep.
Okay, it gets real warm.
It does, but we've determined that that's usually a very beneficial factor to maintaining your sleep pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, there is a corporate pad that we've developed. You can put between your chest and the bottom of the laptop. And it will protect you should any sort of battery malfunction occur that will explode on your chest.
It looks real heavy. Why would the battery? I mean,
We
am I
cut
going to
some
get
costs.
paid?
Yeah, we got the
Is this?
cheaper laptops.
Do I get paid for extra hours for this, or?
Well, no, you're not going to be paid any extra. This
Oh.
is just so that you can continue to do the fine job that you've been doing so far.
I see. Well, I guess I'll give it a shot.
All right.
1 week later. All my dreams are spreadsheets. I want
Honey?
I gotta die.
No, honey.
No, it's okay. It's
sit
better.
down. I made pancakes.
It's better for everyone.
honey.
I just
made bacon and pancakes.
bacon B6
What?
macro
Oh God.
functionality.
Oh, honey.
Beep boop bop. Kill me, please. Someone kill me.
So you're saying that you don't think that we should maximize, even though you hate sleep, you wouldn't want. Let's say it's not for a corporate master. Would you want to be able to utilize your sleep time?
I feel like that's kind of interesting in terms of thinking about your sleep as like when we all ran that folding at home screensaver.
Right. Exactly.
thinking about-
yeah. Exactly.
then-
when your
but-
PS3 was working
Yeah.
for the. Yeah.
And you came out and your PS3 was like 10 million degrees, or your laptop had shut down in the middle of the night and had a hard drive failure because it was just crunching
Crunching away.
proteins. Yeah,
So many clock cycles unused, man.
so many clock cycles unused in our brain. Do you hear what you're saying? I don't think we should be. Here's my thing. I hate sleep. I hate that I have to sleep. Sleep does a lot of stuff. Sleep does a lot of stuff for you. An uninterrupted sleep cycle is super important. They say that if you really want to learn something quickly, the best way to practice, like if you want to learn a new language or you want to learn an instrument, the best thing you can do is practice it for 45 minutes right before you go to sleep. Because it's the last thing your brain did. And when your brain is sifting through the information of the day, committing it hard, kind of like if you think about your brain as being like a soft, permeable medium, at night it takes what it wants to harden and make permanent,
That's why I'm so good at masturbating.
Yeah, exactly.
To do it right before I go to
Just
bed.
do it right before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And then your brain is just like, okay, how can we do that better tomorrow? Let's remember the techniques that we learned
Yeah.
today and really commit them to memory. Meanwhile, 3 hours of algebra you did earlier in the day. It's just like,
Useless.
fuck those numbers.
Pointless.
Remember porn? But so that's the
I've
thing.
always felt that sleep is an example of why there's no God. Because what fucking intelligent design comes up
Whoa!
with? I know, I went
Dropping
there.
the bombs.
I went there.
No, tell
what
me.
kind of fucking intelligent design comes up with, yeah, and then for 8 to 10 hours, let's just shut it on down.
Yeah.
Let's just shut it on down. No, that's evolution because the freaking sun went away and there was nothing you could do, and that was the only... So we evolved to do that. But no intelligent creator goes, we'll make them really effective for a portion of their life, but there's a huge, gigantic chunk of their life, they just fucking fall down
Yeah.
and lay there.
So I mean, that's the thing is it's worthless. It's worthless, right? Except for the fact that it
feels
is
so good.
That is where your body does like the best repairs that it can do because it's only all of the power that's usually being done, all the stuff that your body is usually powering, all of the healing systems, the thinking systems, all this stuff. When you go to sleep, that's why like when you get sick, you just go to sleep because all these non-essential functions shut down and you're just sending all of the power to the core, right? You're overclocking just the core.
Right.
And you need that. And we need that.
But why should we need that?
Well, and that's the thing. How long will we need that? And will we need that forever? They've been doing a lot of studies with these super drugs that make it so they have soldiers that have been doing this in trials and people in labs that have been doing this in trials that don't need to sleep for weeks.
Oh, I saw that. That was
there's
Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? Speaking of the 90s.
That was the one. No, but there was a thing in Wired a couple years ago about these super drugs too, where you can get them on the black market. You can take them and you can just not sleep. And according to the studies that they've done, it hasn't really messed with anything that they've found. But I would be shocked. I would be shocked if it didn't over time, you know?
Yeah.
I would be genuinely shocked if there weren't other more complicated things about sleep that we just don't know.
Right.
And things about, because we know so little about our brain right now,
Yeah.
and we're beginning to learn. I would hate to do something like, now we can organize things with our brain, or now we don't have to sleep, and, you know, lose some shit that we don't know enough about yet. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I worry about a lot of shit during the day, and having me organizing things into buckets at night when I'm not even thinking about it. I don't know. There is something to sleep where it's like walking around for 20 minutes a day with headphones on and not paying attention to something. Like, you need that space.
Yeah,
You
that
need-
meditative space.
Your brain
Yeah.
needs that room to just not be doing shit.
But
you
that-
know? But
I
wait,
think that kind of sucks that we need that room. I mean, I agree, and I keep saying over and over, I love to sleep.
Yeah.
But it does suck that we need that. It sucks that our bodies go, I just fucking just shut it down.
Yeah.
Just give me like 8 hours.
Well, and then I guess the flip side is maybe what this study is saying is that there really is no time when our brain is doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe our body's doing that.
Right. And
But-
our brain's like, I'm still ready to go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What do we need?
You know, maybe your brain is solidifying and organizing and getting rid of shit during the day, but maybe that's background defrag shit that your brain can do while it's still doing other things. And maybe that's what they're
Crazy.
finding. And
That's
that would be
crazy.
something interesting.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, if I never had to sleep again, I never would.
Me neither. As much as I love it, but I feel that way about eating.
Yeah.
I feel that way
Oh,
about
me
eating
too.
and sleeping.
That's a whole other can of worms, but I think we feel the same way about
Yeah.
that. I would love to know how everyone out there feels like, because there's some people that just love sleep.
I love
and
sleep too,
wanna
but I
sleep.
want it to be elective.
Yeah.
Like let me take an hour nap. It's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But don't make me go to bed at night because I'm really involved in something right now.
Nobody can make you go to
I
bed
wanna
anymore,
finish it.
Jeff.
I wanna
You're
finish
fucking.
that thing.
You're in your late 30s. No one can make you go to bed.
And by that thing, I mean the game of Heroes of the Storm that I've been playing.
Let us know how you feel. If you could get rid of sleep forever, would you get rid of it? You can tell us on Twitter. I'm at @acarboni.
And I'm at Jeff Kanata.
And if you've seen a story like this that you think is rad, please send it to wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com so we can see it.
Hey, don't forget to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/wehaveconcerns to support the show.